I think it might be a dosing issue too. I mean, if you look at what's happened with bodybuilding over the last 20 years, is that the guys, like at the Mr. Olympia level, the guys have gotten bigger and bigger, and partly it's because they're just using more and more of the stuff. I mean,
Yep.
In bodybuilding, if one is good, then 20 is better. And so it's all about being as big as they can. And I think that's part, Dr. Bronson, is what these young men are looking at. So they see these guys on social media and they want to look like them. And I just want to get this out there that those guys are not healthy. I mean, they are ticking time bombs. And you talk about people tolerating drugs. If you look at bodybuilding back, let's just go back to Arnold Schwarzenegger. They didn't have all the fancy compounds back then, but they did have TRT and maybe a little bit of growth hormone. Arnold was, I think, a 7-time champion. And then after him, it was Lee Haney and Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman dominated. Now, there's not a bodybuilder that can go for 3 or 4 years and dominate anymore. And it's partly because they can't tolerate the drugs.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right about that, actually. And that there's also some evidence that like the amount and the doses of drugs that young people are using when they abuse the drugs is getting higher, so more extreme. So you're right about that. Yeah. And a lot of them can't stay at the top for long periods of time because it does become a contest as who can poison themselves the most, right? So that's definitely part of it, and that is definitely true. But for some reason, even some people can tolerate very high doses of synthetic androgens for very long with almost minimal effect. Some people barely, like I told you about that 24-year-old kid with the Widowmaker. That kid was going to die. Like if we didn't do that CTA on him, there's a very good chance he would have just died.
Wow.
He would have just been in class or at work or whatever and just dropped dead. And there's a lot of misinformation online on social media, especially that the steroids are safe and it's total bullshit. I mean, this crazy stuff I've seen, and excuse me, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on here.
You're fine. Yep.
Apologize. I mean, they do tremendous damage, and it's unfortunate because there is a lot of really bad misinformation. But but there's also misinformation in the sense that there's a lot of like older middle-aged guys who are obese and have chronic diseases that could benefit from TRT, but they hear all this steroid stuff and they think that it has anything to do with them, and it has nothing to do with them.
Right.
So
and that's why I wanted to put this out there, because they're not the same.